Hi, I'm Susan. Welcome to my home and studio at Windy Acre Cottage. It's a 100-year-old craftsman cottage where I love to paint and garden and entertain and care for all my wonderful fur babies, both those that are adopted and all the little fosters. It's also my home base for many fun adventures of the art, history, and gardening kind. James Knox Polk was the 11th President of the United States. He is from the Dimple of the Universe, my hometown, Columbia, Tennessee, and here we are walking down the street, West 7th Street to be exact, to see his house. This actually is called his sister's house, and it's the gift shop and the administrative offices for the Polk home, and where you would begin your tour if you came to visit us. If you don't know a lot about James K. Polk, you're not the only one. Being the 11th president, most people don't remember him, but he was absolutely amazing. He made it clear he only wanted to run for one term, and he only had three goals: to cut tariffs so that he could increase trade and make our nation more prosperous. He wanted to reestablish and strengthen the national U.S. Treasury. And he also wanted to acquire land to fulfill manifest destiny, where the United States would rule North America, basically. So under his presidency, the United States went from coast to coast, from the Atlantic to the Pacific, increasing the land by over a third. Now, regretfully, this is the only house still standing where he lived, other than the White House. It's the home he came home to after college, where his parents lived, so I consider it really his parents' house, but he lived here from 1818 to 1824 when he married Sarah Childress Polk. And once they were married, they moved into a house that was across the street and down just a little ways. But it is no longer standing. If I understand correctly, it was purchased by Oaks and Nicholas Funeral Home, torn down, and turned into a parking lot. It is amongst other amazingly beautiful historic homes and buildings. This is St. Paul's Episcopal Church, another very historic building in town, full of beautiful stained glass and antique silver. They are also responsible for St. John's Church down in near Mount Pleasant. There's the memorial building, was our library and post office at one time. On the right is James K. and Sarah Polk's home that they came to after they were married. And this is Polk Place, where they returned to after the presidency. This one's actually in Nashville, Tennessee, but it was torn down in 1901. Behind the kitchen is the kitchen garden. We're in the backyard now, and these raised beds are new. I can't wait to get in there and see what they're planning to do with them. The statuary is reclaimed from other historic buildings that used to be in Columbia, namely the Columbia Female Institute, which was about a block away. It was a beautiful historic school that looked like a castle. And you can see the statuary in front. They're referred to as the Four Seasons. And I'm excited to see this little place. This is on the Polk property, but it was the east side of the Athenaeum, and where Reverend Smith's boys actually lived. This is a picture of the Athenaeum, which is another girls' school in Columbia. And was very excited to run across this statuary, which I think is from Ashwood Hall. And if it is, I don't know that it's documented. Ashwood Hall burned in 1874. And it said it had 3 entrances with these inverted acorns at each entrance. However, we know where the 3 sets are. Here's the set at Hamilton Place. It's also at Clifton Place and St. John's Church. However, I suspect there was a fourth set and have called the Polk home to do some investigating on where they may have come from.